Hi everybody, I'm here to show you how to use your silhouette and the foil quill to turn a plain design such as this "I need vitamin C" into something with a fill line and also a little bit of shape and a background to it. So firstly, we obviously need to find our whatever wording we're going to use. So in this case, I'll just copy and paste this on the next screen. Now for the background, didn't work. Now for the background, I suggest I like to make it bigger. Now for the background, I just go to my libraries and I found this seamless pattern dingbat, and what it does is it actually joins all the patterns together if you type them, if you keep typing them. So let's just make some patterns. For the swirl one, it's Q on the keyboard, so I just keep pressing Q until I feel like I have enough, and then press return and then just keep going. Just make sure that there's enough to fill all the same in the row, and we just keep doing that. Now as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap where it's not joined, where these little blue lines are. So what we're going to do is we're going to join them up by using the line spacing over here. So we just pull them, just pull it in until you are happy that they look joined. Can be a little bit of trial and error. I'm just using a mouse, so it can be sometimes a little bit hard to make sure it's right. Okay, so once we've done that, we just right click and we would weld. So when that's finished welding, here we go, wait a little bit, then we're going to right click and make a compound path. So that looks pretty seamless. There's a few little bits where it hasn't, but that's okay. Okay, so then we just enlarge it to bigger than the writing. Place it on top, and we just highlight both so you can see that there's a little bit of a line there and the outline of the pattern background, and we're going to crop that. So we just go to our modify tool and we select, before we do that, sorry, we just need to make sure that we have a copy set aside, which we will put back on top. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll go back and we'll crop. It may take a little while. And now when that's done, we just go right click again and group. And then we will take our vitamin or our writing, the vitamin C, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I like to try and center it with this, and it's just out a little bit obviously, so we'll just move it with the arrow key until we think it looks right, both up and down. Okay, and then we're just going to select both. Okay, and right click, and we're going to group them together. Oh, let's just go back and we'll make a compound path, sorry. Now, as you can see, if I change that to black, you can see that it's just, when you use your foil quill, it's not going to fill in those black. So in order to fill in the black, I'm currently using the beta version of 4.2.468 of Silhouette program, where you can use the sketch pen. So I just go to that little arrow on the bottom, select my sketch, which is a little scribble, and I go to the concentric circle. And see, if you look at that, you'll see that all the lines are fairly spaced out. So we just use our spacing key and we try and get it as close as possible. I think some people do 0.01. Mine's in centimetres, so just be careful that if you are using inches, but you will know fairly when it's looks fairly solid. And then the important thing we have to do is we have to release effects. So once you release the effects, okay, and then if you go into send, you will see that it's going to fill in all those little black areas and leave those little squiggly lines. Okay, so then you can just size it to the size you want. And I find that backgrounds that are fairly close, a little bit closer together, work better than if they are so far apart, because if the writing's further apart and lots of blank space, you won't really see the pattern very much. So then what you do then is obviously you go to send, and you've got your cardstock, that's what I'm using, your sketch pen, and people change the speed to make it go nice and slow, and some people also change the force. I haven't had a need to do that yet, so I'll just leave it at that. And as you can see, I'm still using the Cameo too. So once you have stuck down your foil onto your cardstock, you can go ahead and press send. I will post a photo and show you what it looks like when I have done it. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.